What do you know about Man of Steel 2?
We've established Black Adam as the most powerful and unstoppable force on our planet.
Yeah.
Where's the most unstoppable force in the universe? Where is he? We've all been fighting for this moment, so I will say this. Welcome home.
Announced, Superman returns, Man of Steel 2. After a lot of struggle and demanding a simply good movie from the DC world, the prayers of the fans have been finally heard, and they are finally being turned into reality. Hey everyone, welcome back to your favorite channel, and this must be a great time to be a DC fan, as the Warner Brothers are officially working hard to revive its former glory. Join us in today's video as we reveal the hot and spicy bits of Superman returning. The appearance of Henry Cavill in Black Adam is just what the fans wanted, and after many months of rumors and speculations, Superman finally appeared in the Black Adam movie. But things don't settle here. The DC fans will be overjoyed to learn that one of the internet's most significant and most reliable sources, The Hollywood Reporter, reported that Warner Bros. Is finally working to greenlit the sequel to Man of Steel after Walter Hamada scrapped it. The Hollywood Reporter has published an article explaining the future of the DC universe, and it is just what the DC fans have wanted all these years. Now you guys might think this article is just a rumor and speculation, but rest assured. Let's be honest, guys. If The Hollywood Reporter has published a considerable article, there is an almost 100% chance of all the information being true. So hold on to your boots, as this video will surely excite you. The tenure of Walter Hamada is coming to an end, and as there are no plans to renew his contract, his departure from DC Films is inevitable. This is a very good news for the fans of DCU, as DC can now work towards a better future. After the departure of Walter Hamada, the new head of DC Films will be appointed with the approval of Warner Brothers Discovery. The Hollywood Reporter also reports that James Gunn, the mastermind behind the making of Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy and the DC-based The Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, is trying to get his hands on approval for a few DC projects. While it is not yet clear if the filmmaker Gunn is focusing on a superhero movie or another season of The Peacemaker, the studio is very determined to greenlit the Man of Steel sequel, Man of Steel 2. While everyone has different opinions regarding The Peacemaker, the production of Season 2 of The Peacemaker is certainly good news for the show's fans. But let's not get sidetracked and focus on the main highlight of this article, which is the Man of Steel 2. As a DC fan, you might have thought to never hear about the intention of the studio to greenlit the sequel of Man of Steel. Still, as written in the article, the studio's eyes are very much focused on Superman. It is finally happening. Indeed, a fascinating information for the fans of DCU. Further in the article, it is said that the Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav and the Warner Brothers Pictures heads Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdy have a joint interest in reprising Henry Cavill's Superman, which would most likely be Man of Steel 2. The producer chosen for this project, Charles Roven, is currently looking for a writer prospect. The studio has desired to reach out to the writer behind the Mission Impossible movies, Christopher McQuarrie, who has also worked with Cavill in the Mission Impossible. Fallout released in 2018. But no sources indicate an official invitation has been given to the writer. Let's talk about the producer Charles Roven. Charles Roven is the producer behind The Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman 1 and 2, the 2017 Justice League, and Zack Snyder's Justice League, the 2021 reboot of the Suicide Squad. And now he is going to produce the upcoming Wonder Woman 3. So it is clear Charles Roven has plenty of experience making some of the best DC films. One thing worth noting is that Walter Hamada played no part in the decision for the Man of Steel 2. And that is because his departure is confirmed, and there are no chances of him returning back to the studio. Coming back towards, the writer of the sequel, Christopher McQuarrie, is the first choice of the studio. What makes McQuarrie a good option for the role of a writer is that back in 2018, McQuarrie pitched a Superman movie to the Warner Brothers with Henry Cavill reprising his role. Still, the idea was rejected by the studio. even though McQuarrie has refrained from working with the studio again after saying that he wants to go where he is wanted. So it is most likely that the story McQuarrie pitched to the Warner Brothers for the Superman sequel still exists. And if in the case, McQuarrie is welcomed aboard the production team of the Superman sequel. But you should note that Warner Brothers have to put in some serious effort to persuade McQuarrie to come on board the production team. Still, with some persuasion from Henry Cavill, it is certainly possible. Now, one other important person on the production team is the director. Considering the level of experience McQuarrie has, he would be the best choice for that role. But if McQuarrie is to only come aboard as a writer, then the two best director choices are Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan. We are sure all of us are very up to speed on how Zack Snyder expresses a storyline from his directorial point of view, as evident from the hype around the Snyder's Cut Justice League. What do you guys think is the best writer-director pair for the Superman sequel? Let us know in the comments below. Coming toward the appearance of Henry Cavill's Superman in Black Adam, surprisingly, the cameo was not planned to be included in the movie at all, but it was an idea pitched to the studio during the reshoots of Black Adam. Hamada was not very fond of this idea, as for the past 4 years, he had been trying to move DC towards a position where it did not have to depend upon one filmmaker. Zack Snyder for the production of their films. Hamada wanted to introduce his own ideas, one of which was to introduce a black Superman with a multi-decade spanning story. Hamada later rejected this idea, but Dwayne Johnson, who was very eager and passionate about this film, went against Hamada and pitched the idea to DeLuca and Abby, who greenlit the movie for production. After all this, the very passionate DCEU fans can conclude several things. Firstly, it is crystal clear that Walter Hamada had been doing a terrible job all these years as the head of the DC films. He wanted to remove Zack Snyder, for which he was going to end Henry Cavill's Superman and destroy the DCEU. This also shows that he did not care for the fans' wishes. On the other hand, it shows how passionate Dwayne Johnson is for the future of the DC universe. He listened to what the fans wished for and tried his best to pitch the idea to the studio. When Hamada rejected it, he went against him to give the fans what they wanted because he knew that was the only way to save the DC universe. Also, he made all the efforts to get Henry Cavill into Black Adam as Superman. The world premiere of Black Adam has been a massive hit, and it is one of the best movies produced by Warner Bros. Discoveries after a long time. But you guys might think, what if the popularity of Black Adam allows Hamada to stay in the studio for some more time? Don't worry, guys. That will not happen at all. He stayed around until this time because his contract would end in October, and it would have been much more expensive and troublesome for Warner Bros. Discovery. That is why they waited for his contract to end. So what is next for the Warner Bros. Discovery? Well, it reports that DeLuca has been making important decisions during this time. He was the one to greenlit the production of The Joker 2 and Aquaman 2. It is also reported that if his leadership impresses the CEO David Zaslav, he could very well become the president of DC. There's also a good news for Batman fans, as it has been reported that Matt Reeves has started developing the sequel to Batman, and a spin-off series centered around the Penguin. The antagonist in Batman will begin shooting soon. One last thing to highlight is that the idea of Henry Cavill's cameo in Black Adam as Superman was only decided in September. So to all the people who said that Superman would appear in Black Adam, managed through one lucky guess. We will end this video on the note that it has been an exciting month for the DC Universe fans, as all their hopes and wishes for the DCEU are finally being heard. What DC film are you most excited about in the future? Let us know in the comments below. We will hope to see you again soon. Till then, stay safe and bye-bye.